Hi guys, and welcome to yet another video of this Himanshu Agrawal channel. And in this video I'll be talking about something called as prescription close. That means how to close people, like literally high ticket clients, as if you're feeling you're closing low ticket clients. So let me start my PPT thing so that you can see the whole thing. And this is the model. I'll escape that. So let me start with the top so that you can understand everything. So how to close high ticket clients easily, and so easily that it feels like you are closing low ticket clients. And this close that I'm going to give you is not a strategy session close. That means someone who has come on a call with you like strategically, so that you can basically sell them or close them. It's not like that call, it's that close, but a close where you can use it anytime. So let's say you are hanging at a restaurant and a client comes up to you, or you are basically in the middle of a call and someone asks about your services, and you're anywhere which is not planned, and someone asks you about your services and you know that they are a potential client of yours. So what close you can do over there so that you can make sure you close them. Before that, what I want you to understand is this is the proof, and you can see basically all the screenshots that we basically send a survey form to all the people who book a call with us. We use a script with them, and these are the basically testimonials that they have told us, and you can definitely see each one of them that they feel that the session was amazing, even though we were trying to sell them, but still they feel that this was a very perfect session and they have made a very right decision to enroll in the program, and whatever the case is, right? So you can see that it's not only me, Mr. Himanshu, but it's one of my team was Ayush that you can see that it went well with Ayush, right? And basically it works not only for me but everyone. So let's come to basically the training. So you have some myths in your mind which I want to clear. The first is in B2B sales you need to do a lot of follow-ups, which is wrong, and the simple reason it's wrong is because you are not solving a big enough problem, and a very urgent kind of problem, a problem which is causing irritation, due to which you take a lot of follow-ups to close the deal, right? Let's say one of your relatives have cancer. Do you think about doing the payment to the doctor and you ask the doctor to take your 7-day follow-up? No, you never do that because the urgency is very high. So you need to create a high urgency of a product so that the follow-ups becomes useless. Second, salespeople are born, not made. That's a wrong thing. Sales is a skill, and every skill can be learned. It's about how many reps, how many sets, and how many hours you have given to that thing. Third, sales is high talking, extroverted, and too much energy stuff. It's wrong. When you're making videos, I would definitely recommend to become high talking, extroverted, and have too much energy, or when you're on stage. But when you're selling, I'm a very calm person when I'm selling. I don't have like a lot of energy bluffs and all these kind of things, but I'm a very neutral, calm closer. And when it comes to closing, I currently have a 40% closing rate for a 6-figure product. So it's a good thing. Secondly, what you need to understand, and 6-figure in INR, okay, to be clear on that. And what you need to understand is sales is about understanding the current situation of the person, understanding the desired situation, seeing what problems they are having, and being very honest about would you be able to solve them or not, and if yes, how. If not, then basically a buy. So that is how sales is done. If you're doing anything other than that, I don't think that's sales. That's basically manipulation or something like that. And the fourth myth that people have is closing high ticket is taking payment on first call is not possible, which is very wrong. We close high ticket right now and we take payment on the call itself, or else it's a no. So we take yes, maybe no. So maybe someone who is on fence, we send them buy. If someone does not do the payment on the call, it's a no from us, not from them, but from us. So someone says, let me do the payment, let's say 2 hours. We're like, sorry, that can't happen. You need to do a certain payment right now, or else bye-bye. And the person is basically sent off, right? So all these are myths. You need to clear them out before you learn about this close. Now, you see there are two phases, a sad phase and a happy phase, and there's a car in between. Now, every person in their life is having a current situation. Maybe you're poor, maybe you're overweight, maybe you are going to have a divorce, or whatever is your current situation, right? Every person has a current situation, and it depends on the person what is their current situation. And then every person has a desired situation. You want more money, you want more fame, you want more clients, you want to get in shape, you want to have a perfect life, you want to have a perfect wife, you want to have children, whatever. You have some desired situations in your mind. What you need to understand is you are selling a vehicle so that the person can go from a bad phase to a happy phase. Let's say you're selling a razor blade. Now, how does a razor blade play in this game? The sad phase is basically having too much of hair on your face, which is creating a problem. The razor blade is the vehicle which can help the person to have a clean face, right? And now here comes the thing. Let's say that razor blade costs 1 rupees. If you are giving it to a normal person who is not having any urgency to shave, it's for 1 rupees. But to a person who is going on an interview at a CEO level, and it's clearly mentioned that you need to have a clean shave, that razor blade would become like 20,000 rupees for that person, because he is going to have a 10 lakh to 20 lakh rupee salary. So the price of the razor blade goes very high as per the current situation of the person and the amount of problem he is having to reach that desired situation. A normal water bottle costs around 20 rupees for 1 liter. Let's say someone is in desert. It's been 1 day they have not drink a single drop of water. How much is he willing to pay for that water bottle? You see, like, it's the same commodity. It's the same product, but some people are ready to pay like 20,000 for their water bottle and some 20, not even 20. Simple reason. How big is the gap, right? And you need to understand that you need to focus on the desired situation and not the vehicle, because most people are focusing on the vehicle, how good is their bottle or how good is their water. What they need to understand is the person has a desired situation. Will that thing make him reach to the desired situation he is having? The person in the desert was not drank for 1 day. That person doesn't give a fuck about which company is it about, or how good is the bottle packaged, or how much mineral water that water is having. What he cares about, will his thirst go away? That's it. And even if you're selling the worst water on the planet, that person would buy. The simple reason, the desired situation, you're focusing on the desired situation, that it will complete the thirst, and that's why the person will buy from you and not because of the vehicle. Got it? Now you need to understand that if the gap between the happy face and the sad face is less, you can charge less amount. So for example, you are selling a service that I will create a poster for you for your Instagram account. Let's say a simple post, a social media post. You can charge maximum 200, 500,000 rupees, right? Because it's a simple graphic design thing. But because the desired situation of the person is not very great, because he can use Canva for free and get it done, or you have many competition, because the gap is not enough. Now on the other hand, there is a person who is a business owner. He is going to launch an ad campaign. He is going to spend 5 crores on that ads. He wants a graphic on which he will run the ad too. How much do you think you can charge for the graphic now? He is going to spend 5 CR on that ad. Easily 50,000 rupees. Simple reason. The desired situation was far and the gap was too big. That's why he is able to pay 50,000 rupees for the same poster that you were going to make him for 200 rupees. Got it? So the farther the gap, the higher ticket you can charge. The lower the gap, the lower ticket you can charge. Now here comes the prescription close, and this is basically consultation selling, like how to sell like a doctor and not make someone feel that you are very salesy on them, or you are going to sell them a lot, but actually make them feel that you are some kind of a doctor who is providing them solution. Got it? Now things to remember before we get in the close. I know you are very desperate to get in the close, but this is a very important thing that I need to teach before getting in the close, or else it would all go in the vain, all go in the drain, because these things were not taught. The first, this needs to be only a virtual call and not only auditory call. If that is very necessary, then ask them to have a pen and paper. So when you are having the call with the person, either have it one-to-one live or have it virtually, like we are doing right now. You're seeing me, I'm seeing you. Not I'm seeing you, but I'm seeing the camera. So it's virtual, right? You got my point. So video call. Or if it's auditory, ask them to get a pen and paper, because you are doing consultation selling right now. So you need to have them a pen and paper. Second, each step needs to begin 1 to 2 minutes except logistics. So logistics is a step in the close. You need to give 1 to 2 minutes for every part of the script. Third, try to talk into modulation of voice in emotion section, and then talk like the man with the plan in logic section. So when you have a lot of voice modulation, like, a lot of voice modulation, but not in the sense of providing. You got my point. What I did, it was voice modulation, and you need to do the same thing so that the person goes into an emotional state, right? So in the emotional section of the script, you use voice modulation a lot, and then in the logic section, you don't use a voice modulation a lot, but you become very certain and a very confident man, like a man with a plan. Got it? Now comes the close. So this is how the close look like, right? On the top you will see repo and agenda, and at the end it's how to pay. So that means you will start at the top of the triangle and you will end with how to pay, and the person will literally ask you how to pay. So repo and agenda is the start, how to pay is the end. Now there are two sections, emotion and logic, right? Over here it's emotion, over here it's logic, right? And let me see if I think this would get in between. I think not now. Anyways, let's start. Right, so it's emotion and it's logic. Now there are actually two phases and three chunks. So the first chunk is problem prescription, the second is promise and model, and the third is logistics and price. In between you use something called as a 3QL statement, right? Now problem and prescription, what you do, you start with the repo and agenda. That means you ask the person, you build a rapport with the person, that how's your day going, how's your week going, where do you live, or else what do we ask? We ask like where are you calling from, or what did you had for breakfast, or something like that question, so that he feels a connection with you and the rapport is built, so that you can get in the call slightly. Then comes the agenda. This is the part where you transition into selling part. So agenda is basically, you say them, and you can write this down if you want to, which is how this call will go is, or how this video call or how this conversation is. What you're doing is setting an agenda so that they know what they're going to get through the conversation. How this conversation is going to happen is, I'll ask you some questions about you and your business, and if it sounds like we are a good fit, I'll explain what I have to offer, and at the end you can make a decision. That is what we say in the agenda, and you say, is that cool? The person says, yeah, it's cool. Now I said you and your business, so let's say if you're selling weight loss, what you can say is, I'll ask you some questions about you and your weight loss and your weight, or your BMI, or whatever. Let's say you're selling relationship coaching, what you can say is, I'll ask some questions about you and your relationships. Whatever you're selling, you just change you and your dash. Got it? So that's the agenda part. The moment you say that and the person says it's cool, then you move ahead. Why you are stating that? So that the person knows that you are going to ask some questions, and in between the sales part, he does not comes with the objection that why are you asking this question. So that's why you set the agenda at the start, so that the person is comfortable that yeah, I'm comfortable with this thing, go ahead. Now the triangle start, it comes with the first chunk, and that's comes in the emotion phase. Emotion phase has three parts: problem, prescription, promise. Logic has model, logistics and price. So problem, now you get into the question, what is the problem you are facing? So it's a business owner, so it's a restaurant owner. He says that I'm not able to get traffic, I'm not able to get business, no customers are coming, whatever. You understand my point? So you basically get into the problem of the person. What problem is the person facing? And you just don't ask this question and shut up, because they'll give small answers. You need to go deep. So the first thing I'll ask is, what problem are you facing? And the person like blah blah blah. Okay, how does that look like currently, how it looks like? The person is blah blah blah. Got it. And what will happen if you solve that? Okay, got it. And who do you think is responsible for this problem? Okay, got it. What else have you tried to fix this problem? And I basically get into all those things regarding problem, right? So problem is the main keyword you need to have in mind. Second, prescription. What do you think can solve that? So what you will do is not give them the solution, which is, email marketing will solve this, or Facebook ads, or nutrition coaching, or my this course. You will not say this thing will solve. You ask them what according to you will solve the problem. And let's say I'm asking that restaurant owner, and he says, I don't know, maybe Facebook ads, or maybe email marketing, or I don't know. And now I start digging more into prescription. So once I ask, what do you think can solve that? The person will give me an answer, and they'll ask, okay, have you tried that? Like, no. Who do you think knows about this? Okay, got it. How much time would that take? Would it give you the result you are looking for? How would your life look like once you receive that result. I go on asking these questions for 1 to 2 minutes and I'll have my answers. Then comes the 3QL statement. 3QL full form is 3 question loop. So you ask 3 questions in a loop. Does this make sense? Are you comfortable with this? Where should we go from here? So you ask the problem, 1 to 2 minutes done. Then you ask for the prescription. What do you think can solve that? Right? And the person is like this and blah blah blah. Okay. So as I was able to understand, and you sum up basically everything. I was able to understand you have this problem and this prescription. Am I correct? Does this make sense? He's like yes. Are you comfortable with the conversation we are having right now? He's like yes. Where should we go from here? And the moment you ask this question, where should we go from here, what you're trying to say is that, hey person, this is basically the magic wand which leads this conversation. I want to give it to you. And the person says, I don't know, you tell me. And you have the magic wand again. And once you have this magic wand, you can take the conversation wherever you want. So the second thing you ask is, you ask yourself is, what is the promise you can give, right? So you basically have the information that the person has given to you, and now you basically get into the promise part. So you say, what is the result that you would make you most happy in the next 6 months? So now it's the promise part that you can basically get from the customer. So it's like, if I can double my business in 6 months, I would be very happy. Okay, what is the you mean doubling your business, or revenue wise or profit wise? And I get deep into that. So basically I can get the exact promise that he is looking for. And what I do is basically take his promise and then repeat it to himself. So restaurant owner says me, I need to double my profits, have more customers in line, and yeah, that's it. That's what I want. Now what I'll say is, got it. And then I'll create a visual model. So Mr. Restaurant owner, basically what I can help you with is, I can create a whole system for you which can double your business, have more profits in your business, and basically not getting more even profits, but decreasing your cost of acquiring customer, so that with time you get more customers and you have an exponential growth in your business. Would that work for you? I actually repeated the same thing that the restaurant owner told me, but I did it in a different way, which made him feel, yeah, this person is actually making sense. Got it. So this is how it happens. And now comes the model part, which is, how will that work? So you basically tell the business owner how will that work, because now the business owner has in mind is how will you basically solve. So you show him the model. What you do is draw a triangle, right? And let me do it in front of you. So I'll open a whiteboard. Yes, so let's say I'm selling to that restaurant owner only, and he's in front of me on a, let's say, video call. So what I'll do is basically I'll take a pen and I'll draw a triangle. Now you need to have a triangle in your mind for your product or service, and it would take hardly 2 to 3 minutes. And this is what I would say. Okay, so Mr. Business owner, this is how we would do it. You need to have 3 focuses in your business. The first is the part of ads. That means how to run ads to your restaurant page, so that we can basically get more traffic to your restaurant website and get more people to come in the restaurant. Does this make sense? He's like, okay. The second thing we need is email marketing system. That means how we can create follow-up emails that are automated for your customer, so that your customer does not come even one with the ads, but 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Got it, Mr. Owner? He's like, yes. The third thing we need in your business is basically SEO, so that we only don't have paid traffic coming to your restaurant, but we also have optimized organic traffic coming to your website, so that even if you stop the ads after some time, this thing would still work and get you traffic. Got it, Mr. Owner? Got it. And the last thing, which basically comes in the center of all these things, is you need a website thing, which is how you can build, where you will get the traffic is a website. That means you need to have a domain, you need to have a pure website, you need to have a funnel, you need to have a CRM to track all these things, Google Analytics to set up, and all these things. Got it, Mr. Owner? So once you have the website, you can drive ads to this website, collect their emails. Once you have their emails, you can send them to a blog to get more clicks. You have more clicks, you will have more customers. Got it? And Mr. Customer, the more you rotate this thing, the more money you will have. Got it? Is like, yeah, this makes sense. And this is what you said. Again, the 3QL thing. Okay, so does this make sense? He's like, yes. Are you comfortable with this? He's like, yes. So where should you go from here? And you just shut up. And the person is like, you tell me what should we do? Okay, so the 2 things we haven't talked about is timing and price. And this is what we have come to the third block, this block, right? This is logic part. So model was logic part, and then comes logic and price, which is again logic part. So you say, okay, so the two things we haven't talked about is timing and price. Would you like to know that? The person like, yes. I'm like, okay, let me come with the timing thing first. So this would be basically, let's say you're selling a digital marketing service and this is what you're going to sell. Right, now this is how I would pitch. So this would basically be a 4-week process. Got it, Mr. Customer? He's like, yes. So this is week 1, this is week 2, this is week 3, and this is week 4. Right. At week 4, you will be basically having new traffic coming to your website and getting more customers. And by the end of 6 months, we promise that you will have double your business. Is that cool? He's like, yes. So this is your first month that you start with. This is your 6th month that you start with, and this is the place till you will have double the money you are making. Let's say you are selling like this kind of service. Now I'm not saying that this would work. In 6 months you can double a business, a restaurant, I don't know, I'm not in the restaurant niche, but let's say I'm selling this. I would say, okay, so this would take basically 4 weeks. The first week would be around setting your website, because till unless your website is not set, we cannot do anything. So we'll work on website and we'll develop your website. Cool, Mr. Owner? He's like, yes. Now before we drive any traffic, we need to focus on the email thing, because if the emails are not set, what will happen is leads would be coming but no follow-ups would be done. So we need to set up emails, correct? He's like, yes. The third thing we would be working is on ads, and we would start driving ads the 3rd week only, and the 4th week will start your blog and everything, so that you can get organic traffic to your site. Is that cool, Mr. Owner? And the Mr. Owner is like, oh yeah, it makes sense. And he's like, and once we are done with this, we go on optimizing these all things with time and just 6x them, because it would be done for 6 months. And once this is done for 6 months, you would be basically at the 2x revenue you are having right now. And the restaurant owner says, yeah, this makes sense. And you're like, cool. And the only thing I haven't talked about is price. Would you like to know that? He goes, yes. And you say, okay. So this would be basically a 6-month package, because only 1 month doing would not give you the results that you're looking for. This would be a 6-month package. Now we charge 50,000 per month plus 50,000 setup fees. So that would cost you around 3,50,000 for the whole thing. Now you can change the words that I'm using, but you can have this kind of thing, so that you can have a discount also, right? So that would cost you around 3,50,000 for the whole 6-month package. But if you make a decision with me right now, what I'll do is I'll waive off the setup fees. That means 50,000 rupees is gone, and I'll not charge you 50,000 rupees per month, but I'll only charge you 30,000 rupees per month. So your whole thing, like doubling your business, is our responsibility, and that would cost you around 30,000 to 6, which is 1,80,000 only. So where should you go from here? And you just shut up, and the business owner says, yes, this makes sense, and you sign the deal. And he literally asks, so what should we do, and how should I pay? And you basically get the deal, right? This is how the prescription course works. Hope you liked it. Hope this gave you value. Thanks for watching. Any questions, support@himanshuagrawal.com. You can definitely ask me over there. One more thing, if you basically want a separate video on literally like top objections that you ever get, if you want a video on that, and I would be clearing every objection, like I don't have the money, I don't have the time, I need to ask a partner, I need some time, I need to think, all these objections that you get. If you want me to actually give you a script to handle each of the objection and make a video for free on this YouTube channel, what I want to do is only comment objection. Just type objection in the comment box. If we get 25 comments that say objection, I will create the video, I'll reply to all your comments that I have uploaded the video, please check it out. And basically you can see the video for free. I'll handle all the objections. If you want any specific objection that I need to clear in that video, also mention that, right? Only 25 comments and I'll create a new video on objection handling with the concept of it as well as scripts to solve that thing. I'm trying to provide as much as value as I can in these videos. I would love if you would like, comment and share this video with your friends. Also press the subscribe button. It gives me motivation to keep going and give you as much as I can. Thanks for watching.